If your to-do list is longer than your grocery list and you're still posting content at midnight while reheating your tea for the third time today, then this episode is your sign that you are not lazy. You are overloaded and beautiful. That's not your fault. But guess what? It is your responsibility to shift. Welcome back to Heart-Led CEO, the space where your business meets your boundaries, your brilliance, and your birthright to thrive. I'm your host, Anacani Walters, your system doula, your soul-led strategist, and your reminder in human form that ease is your natural state. Today, I'm talking to that woman who is holding every piece, that one that is showing up for clients, managing DMs, making content, doing all the admin, rescheduling all the missed calls, teaching classes, delivering magic. But guess what? She is forgetting one thing, the most important, herself. Queen, I want you to breathe in with me. If this is you, inhale. I am here to hustle for my worth. Exhale. I'm allowed to be held. Welcome to Heart-Led CEO, the podcast for women wellness entrepreneurs who are ready to build, scale, and automate their businesses without sacrificing their soul, sanity, or authenticity. I'm Anacani Walters, a nurse turned entrepreneur, military spouse, first-time mama in my 40s, and a recovering burnout survivor who's making it a mission to help heart-led women just like you create thriving businesses that really feel good, do good, and give you the freedom that we all deserve. Because here's the thing, you don't have to hustle harder to succeed. You don't have to drown in tech overwhelm or try to do everything alone. And I'm here to give you the strategies, automation tools, and mindset shifts that will help you step fully into that leader, CEO, and impact maker that you are meant to be. If you're ready to grow your business in a way that aligns with your values and your life, you are in the right place. Let's get into today's episode. So I want to break down this myth that we have to do it all, because here's what I know after 20 years plus in healthcare, in wellness, and now in business, that so many of us, heart-led female entrepreneurs, became entrepreneurs to find freedom. But what we ended up really finding is the same burnout patterns that made us leave in the first place. Maybe we traded in that 9 to 5. Now we've traded it in for literally a 24/7. And I thought if I work harder, it's going to get easier. And then if I just finish this list of things to do for my business, I'll finally start to feel like I can actually rest. And that if I'm not doing everything, then I'm falling behind and I am failing myself, my business, and my family. But beautiful, these are truly lies that are dressed up as like loyalty to struggle, loyalty to being that strong one in the family, carrying it all, being that super person, loyalty to proving our value by literally how busy we are. And let me tell you firsthand, that is not alignment. That is almost like oxymoron. And you didn't come here to suffer your way to success, because I know I didn't. I came from burnout. I'm not. I will repeat that. I am not going back to that version of myself. Because here's the truth. Doing it all is not a flex. Overworking is not a spiritual practice, at least not in my book. And being constantly available to my business is not the model that I want to have. It's a boundary leak. And our businesses should hold us to, not just everybody else. And so if you don't know my story, I'm a nurse turned entrepreneur. I'm a 44-year-old mom with a 3-year-old. And I had this massive shift when I really realized that I had awful stress management skills. And I burnt out in nursing. I ended up with 2 heart conditions when I was 25, and it took me until I was 40 to figure out what was really the cause, and it was all stress. And I spent the better half of my first few years as an entrepreneur stressing. COVID had a big part in it, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was listening to all kinds of people who were promising big results, and they were just really selling me cookie cutter, remedies that it was like a square peg in a round hole. None of it worked. All of it just kind of ended up draining me energetically, financially. And it was this huge power struggle between this dream that I had and this reality that was slapping me in the face. And so we get to this place and it's like, so what do we do now? Do we just give up? Do we walk away? And the answer that I've come to is that we build support. We set up these systems that serve your vision and not sabotage your nervous system. We automate with heart so that our clients still feel us. They still feel you. They still feel everything that makes you you and special and magical and unique. So if at this point you're nodding along, but you're wondering, Anacani, where do I start building support? I always guide my clients through these 3 system foundations when they're feeling overworked. And the first one is working on your client communication. So, trying to find ways where you can automate your intake, maybe your onboarding emails or your DM replies with some type of template. This alone truly can save you hours a week and start preventing that burnout. So, even like in Instagram, if you don't have a software that will allow you to do a lot of automations, there's so many tools within the softwares that you're probably using, such as like your Instagram account will allow you to create quick replies so that when you're DMing people, if you're DMing the same thing, you can template out a response for like when a new person starts to follow you, or you're looking to reach out to somebody you've connected to let them know about a new offer or whatever. And then just bracket spaces where it reminds you to personalize them so that it's not like robotic. If you don't have something like many chats or anything like that. And then I use high level, which allows me to automate most of like my email sequences. You can create quizzes or intake forms. You can even use Google for that instance, where you can use forms in Google's and then have Google create that into a CSV file. The second one is content creation. So if you're posting at midnight, boo, no, we need to stop that. You need to start repurposing and finding a repurpose rhythm. So I usually use my long form content to essentially create about 25 or more pieces of content from reels, blogs, podcast episodes, like additional ones that may lead into it or complement social media posts, tweets, threads, LinkedIn posts, YouTube, ideas for YouTube videos as another additional form of long form content, so that I'm not really rethinking. Most of this is something that is created once, and then I use a separate software where I then have it essentially automate and remove the watermarks and repurpose it for me. It's fantastic. And then the last one is scheduling and creating boundaries. So setting up your booking links with the time blocks and the buffer times, because you're not meant to be available 24/7. And so, like for me, what I started to have to do is once I started to get known for certain things, then I started to really find that certain people would reach out to me only when they needed stuff or when they needed help. And in the beginning, it was not a big deal, but as I started to get busier, it started to get more stressful. And I wanted to support, but at the same time, I was feeling overwhelmed because I couldn't find a way to say no. And so now it's really easy. If somebody comes to me and I feel like I already know this conversation, they're looking for like some free coaching or whatever, I honor myself. I remind myself that asking for money is just an exchange of energy. They want something from me, some energetic exchange, whether it's my knowledge or my hacks. And I'm just asking for an equal exchange of energy from them, which in this instance is money. And that did help a lot with being okay with giving them, like, when they're asking, sure, here's my link to book a one on one with me. Let me know if you have any questions. And that just eliminates me having to like go into the money factor. They can see clearly in that booking what they get one on one time with me. You can even create a separate booking if you want to use it for like really close friends or people that you want to give like an extended discount to, but just be mindful not to undervalue yourself. And so that's been a really great way to navigate that, because you will start to notice certain things like that happening as you continue to get more successful or more knowledgeable, and people start to recognize that. So these are just a few steps. And inside my Align and Automated Signature course that I am going to be launching May 1st, I really walk you through how to create templates, how to create automations, and most importantly, how to really align your business to reflect how you want to be heard, how you want to be seen in your community. And then we start to really work on refining using automation, using AI to really systemize everything so that it gives you a load of time back once everything is set up. And I really go through it step by step. It's a 6 weeks course, and we're doing a live launch. So if this list that I just gave you made you feel like I can finally breathe, then you're ready. And in my Aligned and Automated, it's a new signature course that I'm launching May 1st. I've taken all of my heartache, all of the countless hours and coaching and money that I've invested in learning from the best. And I essentially walk you through the exact steps to create an offer that's a hell yes in your soul. Because that was my struggle, is not feeling confident to ask for money to sell what I was offering, because it didn't feel aligned. It kind of felt icky. It didn't feel good. And when I found that formula to really make it my own, it was once I had that yes inside me, like I would totally buy this myself. When I was saying yes to my own stuff, that's when I knew that I had figured, like I had my aha moment. And that's what I'm bringing to you in Aligned and Automated. I set up workflows that don't just save time, they really return you to yourself, because, my love, your tea and your coffee deserves to stay warm. And your business really should work while you rest. You shouldn't be resting in pockets of time and still feeling exhausted when you wake up, or not being able to sleep because you're constantly worrying about where you're falling short, where you're not showing up, where you haven't shown up for, or have it bleed into your family. on how you're falling short for your family because you're trying to do too much in your business. Believe me when I say you can have it both. And if you felt this in your bones today, if you were feeling that whisper inside yourself, like, that's me, more than once in this episode, then I strongly suggest that your next move be super simple. Get on the waitlist for Align and Automated right now at empowerherwave.com/AAA. Because this course isn't just systems and strategy. It's really my way to allow you to reclaim. It's your chance to reclaim your time, reclaim your energy, reclaim that rhythm and that brilliance that got you started to begin with that you might have lost. That spark or your way. Because I truly believe that you're meant to do it all, but you're meant to do it all with what really matters, which is support that loves you back. And I see you, I celebrate you every day, and I'll meet you in flow. Don't forget to breathe today. Don't forget to love. And don't forget to continue to be you. Remember that you are beautiful, that you have something that the world needs. And I want you to keep leading with heart. And remember, you're allowed to let it ease in. All right, beautiful. That's a wrap on today's episode. But before you go, let's talk about something really important. You are not just another entrepreneur trying to figure things out alone. You are a wave leader, someone whose work is meant to create real impact, touch the lives of others, and make this world better. And I want you to know you don't have to do it alone. If today's conversation resonated with you, I'd love to keep this energy going inside of my free Facebook community, Empower Her Biz Collective. It's where we take these conversations deeper with live trainings, tech walkthroughs, and real heart-centered support from other women wellness entrepreneurs who really get it. So if you're ready for community, clarity, and support as you build your own business with heart and ease, I'd invite you to come and join us. You'll find the link in the show notes. And hey, if you loved today's episode, make sure to subscribe, leave a review if you feel inclined, and share this with a fellow heart-led women entrepreneur so that we can build this movement together. Until next time, keep leading with heart.